All right, I think it's on. Um, Hi team. I just think maybe it would be easier and make a quick video to walk you through the project I made. As you can see, this is on my GitHub, and I have listed out all the steps you need to run the applications. So basically, these apps allows you to schedule to configure your miner in batch. So you just provide the miner's ID, and the app will helps to automatically to schedule the profile and the curtailment mode. Yeah, I'm using threads, so you can configure what's the maximum amount of the workers you want to use, and so some configuration there I will show you later. And also it handles various error handling, if there's like a network error, or if it's like the profile has been set, or maybe there's like a token is expired, so it will try to relog in and set the configuration and log out. So, and also it has the logging feature, so it will logs every operations. So I will show you later in the demo. So the library is pretty standard, so you just need to have Python 3, request, Flask, unit test, and coverage if you want to see the coverage. So here is the step. You can download it or clone it, and just pip install and run the server, which is Python app.py, and this is the application. And once you run it, it will automatically running in the background. So the configuration you need is you need to provide like the list of miners IP, and if you want, you can also change the schedule. I have listed out the example that I'm using right now. So yeah, it's based on the requirement. And the testing, I write unit tests. I think the coverage is 98% or 99. It's uh, it's a full coverage testing. I write, and I will show it in the demo later as well. And you can also check all the logging there. So let's jump into the code. Let me pull this up. Bear with me. Right. So this is the app.py. I didn't change anything. I leave it as is. Some improvement can be made. I think it would be better whenever log in and log out. Whenever it's success or not, it should return like a status code. But right now it's missing. But that's fine. Just some minor improvement. And also here, there is some API code. You can you can curtail it, or you can set the profiles. So it's a basic post request API here. Um, so yeah, it's pretty simple. Okay, and this is the code I wrote. So I basically initialize the the IP that you want to set, the miner IP you want to configure, and this is the base URL. So if there's the real link API, you can put it in there. And I put the lock here just to prevent to lock the when we are writing to the tokens. So the tokens will store all the miners token and their time to lifetime. Um, and here you can set the maximum workers, how many threads you want to run it, and how many retries if there's any failure during the API calls. and this is the logging setup. So all the requests I made it to the server. I use this helper function, which is make request. So it's passing what's the URL and what's the data you need to attached in the post request, and how many retry you can use, and if there's unauthorized login, do you want to relog in? You can configure here. And is there any error message you want to ignore? So in here, if the profile has been set, let's say if it's originally is on the normal profile, and we set it to the normal, the server will return an error telling us that, hey, this server is already in normal profile. So um, but basically, since this is what we want, it's technically not an error. It's just like a more like a warning to me. So I put like ignore errors if there's any you will see yeah, ignoring error. If there's any, if the miner is already in certain state, it will be the error message like I think it's in here, like, yeah, miner is already in certain mode. This is the 400. So um, but I think it's still a success because means that we we achieved what we want, right? Anyways, so here is the retry logic. So if there's like a network error, it will attempt, but it will exponentially back off. So um, every every time you retry, it will wait certain time just to prevent overload on the server. Um, yeah, so here is all the logic I'm use. And here is the logging. Basically just set up the package or the request into uh, the data, and we use the make request and to get the data, and it will code make the API code um, to the server, and it handles various states. So I wrote some edge cases. So if there's no token or it's logging failure, it will relogging, or it's just a success login, and we will put it into our log. And if you want, you can also remove all the print statement. It's just easier for me to see on the terminal that I can demo later. But you can comment it out if you want to make it cleaner. And logout also includes some different scenarios. Um, Set profiles. If it's unauthorized, we will try to relogging. So maybe it's expired, so we will relogin to get a new token. And also the success and fail. There is some it will retry after certain attempt. So if it's like network error, it will retry. And or if it's like unauthorized login, it's also relogin, get the token and set the profile. And the set curtail is the same, but just set to the curtail. And here is the logic. If you want to change any time based on the time, you want to change it to the profile to overlock, normal, or underlock, or the default is just the normal, and you put it into sleep. And so the rest of the day we want to put it into active. So this is how you determine which mode to set. And also this next transition is when this program will trigger to run, because we only run this program every 6 hours. So when we first run it, we might start maybe a loop in here or something. Then it calculates the next transition. Maybe it's like 6 p.m. and it will run it again. So here, if you want to change to different time or different profile, here is where you can configure. And here is the process miner. This is the basically for each thread, each miner, each workers, it will run the exact steps. So it will try to log in to get the token and try to know which mode they want to set. Depends on what's the time, what's the current time is. Once it get it, it will set the profile. It will set the curtail mode and set the profiles, and then it will log out. So and also here I also include some edge cases. If there's no token received or there's like some errors, it will being logged all in this logic. So in the start, this is the main loop. Whenever you run it, it will call the start method. So here you can determine how many cycles you want to run this. So if you just want to run um, maybe 4 times, maybe that's a day, and you can just set one cycles to 4. So, but if you didn't set anything and default is to none, so this loop will continue running, and the sleep time here is determined by the next transition time minus the current time. So whenever you run it, maybe it's 4 p.m. now, and the next transition is 6 p.m., then this program will automatically run after 2 hours, which is 120 minutes. So, and it will also log in all the informations. So, okay, enough me speaking. And here is also the test case. I will run it later. Right now I can just demo you the app. So here you can run the Python app, Python app.py. It will start this server. It's a Flask server, and you can open another terminal, and you can run this Python miner. So right now I set I have a thousands miner, and I have 10 workers. So so those 10 workers will start working at the same time, and it will configure all the miners to the profile, to the desired profile. So right now you can see it's successfully logging. So it has a thousands miner, and it's being logged out, being logging, set the profile, and being logged out. So yeah, so this is the this is the result. It's not printing all the lines because it's just too many lines, but you can see from the log here, probably contains some of my previous log. So you will see here is set to all the info. You will see at what time and which miner and what's the profile that is being sent to. And if there is any error or warning, it will shows up in here, and it tells you, okay, what's the current time, completes one cycle, and it's sleeping for how many minutes, then it will continues to set up. So yeah, so that's basically about it. Let me stop this and stop the server. So now I also write a test case for this. So if you run, it's some test case is very trivial, but I still try to manage to do it to cover it fully. So if I run it, let's say which one? Yeah, this one, coverage run. So it will start the test. So I have some like failed mock request that will return just a failure. Then it will start try to relog in. Yeah. So let's give it. Okay. So it's all passed. Um, and then we can see the reports by running the coverage report. So yeah, as you can see, it's basically like a full coverage. The line that I'm missing is just um, like this line, because if I run this line, the task will running forever. So this line has to be skipped, and all this just the main function. So basically, it's like 100% coverage test. So yeah, that's basically it. Let me know if you have any comments or any improvements. It's pretty verbose. Yeah, I, I think probably I can make it more cleaner. But yeah, like this. Yeah, I can probably make it more cleaner. But yeah, that's the basically the demo. Hope you like it, and feel free to let me know if you have any issues or any feedback is welcome. Thank you. Cheers.